ModFest is a collaborative Minecraft modding event where people create mods matching a specific theme in a limited time frame, and then build showcase booths on a public showcase server to show off their creations. The most recent event, ModFest Toybox, had participants build toy-inspired mods over the course of 3 weeks. The showcase server has been open for a little more than 2 months, so I've had time to go take a look at every single mod in the pack and compile a list of my top 10 favorites. Full disclaimer, this list is partially subjective and was mainly made for fun, so it should not be taken too seriously. The first mod on my list is Zip to It, made by Supercat32. It's a grappling hook mod that adds a zippy stick hand which you can use to zip and stick to walls. Let's check it out. Think you're fresh? Start zipping and we'll see. Alright, let's see. So we just need to grab this training zippy sticky hand and press right button to zip straight where we're looking. So I really like the trajectory indicator that this mod has. A lot of grappling hook mods have this issue where it's somewhat difficult to actually see or predict where the player will end up, but thanks to this indicator, Zip to It does not have this issue. And we can either jump or sneak to stop sticking to the wall, so we can either jump over here, or we can zip back to the wall and sneak on down. Now let's zip over these frog lights, and then to the skyscraper to get our official zippy sticky hand. And of course we are going to choose the red hand. So this mod might honestly be the best grappling hook mod I've ever used. Audio and visual design is excellent, and the zippy hand itself feels very smooth and intuitive to use. I say as I almost kill myself using the zippy sticky hand, but regardless, I give this mod 5 out of 5 fingers. My next favorite mod is Wind Up Music Box, made by an awesome guy, an atheist. As the name suggests, this mod adds a wind up music box that can play custom songs. Let's go check it out. So all we need to do is hold right click on the music box to wind it up, and then release right click to allow the song to start playing. Also, we can shift right click to close or open the music box at our leisure. So I like this mod because it's a straightforward, cozy mod that helps add a bit of whimsy and musicality to your Minecraft world, and also gives more advanced users the option to add their own custom song. I personally think it would be pretty cool if someone used this mod to add custom tunes unique to their world, server, or mod pack. So I give this mod 5 out of 5 happy birthdays. And next up we have Losing My Marbles, a mod made by Carter, Maxim, and Trophies J that adds fully physics simulated marbles and a bunch of track pieces to build marble runs for them. These track pieces include your basic slope and straight line, corners and intersections that can be used to make tracks of paths that cross and loop, and some tracks that add redstone logic such as a splitter, and a marble detector. Losing My Marbles currently features 30 unique types of marbles. Let's take a look at a few of them and see how they work. Some marbles, like the Ivender marble and Phantom Membrane marble, have altered gravity. The Snowball marble grows in size when it rolls over snow blocks, but if it rolls over anything else, it shrinks instead. The Dense marble deals more damage the faster it's going. It also has higher gravity. And Slime marbles that are extremely bouncy. Additionally, all the marbles are fully data driven, so with a bit of data pack knowledge, it's easy to make new ones if you so desire. In survival, players can use a new marble maker block to craft marbles using valid marble ingredients. I really like this mod for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I think this is a fantastic way to bring some buildstone style movement to your modern Minecraft base. Secondly, the possibilities for the marble tracks you can make genuinely feel endless with the types of tracks and marbles at the player's disposal. Finally, this mod really takes me back to when I was a kid, since I used to own a marble roller coaster set that I would use to make little marble runs throughout our house. With that said, I give this mod a solid 10 out of 10 marbles lost. And next up we have Toy Bricks by the Blind Bandit 6. Welcome to the Toy Bricks Creation Workshop. Follow through and learn the full process to make these amazing, legally distinct bricks from raw materials to the colorful finish. Toy bricks are made from plastic. How do you get plastic? Tree resin and coal, of course. Mix some resin and coal together to get raw plastic. Okay, so let's just grab some coal and some resin and smack them together in a crafting table to get some raw plastic. And there we go, a stack of raw plastic. So after mashing those raw materials together, blast them to harden them for future rigid building. Alright, let's just plop this raw plastic in this blast furnace and wait for it to cook. And once we have our plastic bricks, we can just head on over to another crafting table and combine them with some dye to get some red toy bricks. And then we can use our red toy bricks once again in the crafting table to get a proper red toy brick block. And there you have it, our very own red toy brick block. Players can also combine toy brick blocks together to create useful mixed colored blocks. For example, we combine the red toy brick blocks with the orange toy brick blocks to create magma toy brick blocks. So the main reason I like this mod is because it really captures the aesthetic of LEGO bricks while also making sure that the new blocks don't feel totally out of place in the setting of Minecraft itself. Also, I really like how the bricks sound when the player walks on them. Just a very satisfying sound. And for that reason, I give this mod 10 out of 10 stub toes. And next up we have Grand Indestructible Kingdom by Hama and Keyberries, which is a mod that adds cardboard blocks to the game. So Grand Indestructible Kingdom adds 3 different kinds of cardboard blocks. It adds the single wall board, the double wall board, and the ultra thin board. Now this may not seem like much, but you can honestly build a surprisingly large variety of structures with just these 3 blocks. For example, the massive castle that Keyberries built mainly just using these 3 blocks. Also, when cardboard gets wet, you can break it instantly using a projectile. It's also incredibly durable, as you can see here. You can also eat the cardboard. I like this mod not just because it adds an aesthetically pleasing new block to work with, but also because it showcases why sometimes less is more, and that you don't necessarily need to have a massive variety of blocks to make a good deco/building mod. Overall, I rate this mod 4 out of 4 shades of brown. And next up we have Dominoes by Desist by Folk, which adds collapsible dominoes to Minecraft. Domino collapses will chain up and down single steps. Players can create corner dominoes by placing a domino on the far corners of a block. Corner dominoes can direct chains around corners. Fork dominoes are created when placing a domino on the far corner right of an existing corner. They can be used to collapse in multiple directions. Stacked dominoes create a falling domino ahead of them when they collapse. They're created when the domino is placed on the far edge next to the straight domino. Dominoes can also interact with some vanilla redstone components, such as pistons and pressure plates. Like sand and gravel, dominoes are affected by gravity. When a standing domino hits the ground, it will collapse forwards. Finally, dominoes will also collapse when hit by a projectile. Now, as for why this mod is on my top 10 list, I did play a lot with dominoes as a kid, so nostalgia did factor into my decision, but also the mod itself is very straightforward to pick up, while still maintaining a certain level of depth and nuance to how it can be used, and also it's very visually and orally pleasing, and for that reason I give this mod 6 out of 6 dominoes. And next up we have Simply Slingshot, a mod made by the king of server-side modding in my opinion, Patbox. The slingshot is a weapon that can be used to shoot any kind of item, and while it prioritizes items in your hand, you can take any one of them that's currently in your hotbar. In most cases, the slingshot's damage output and range will be limited, although select items might give you some special effects that might make it more useful. For example, mining tools will break blocks, blaze rods will ignite a fire, and so on. But to unlock the slingshot's full potential, it can be enchanted using a number of custom enchantments. First and foremost, we have Block Placer, which allows the user to place blocks shot out with a slingshot. Boomerang, items that missed an ante or didn't get used up will return to you. Bounce, makes all slingshot projectiles bounce off blocks. Each level allows for a single bounce, with the max being 5. Item Sender, this prevents any item effects anti-damage, but makes the item fly further. Tool User, which makes some tools like axes and shovels apply their actions on blocks and entities. And my personal favorite, Trajectory Prediction, which shows the potential path of the slingshot projectile. So I really like this mod for 2 reasons. The first reason is that the different ammo effects and new enchantments give a lot of unique use cases outside of just being a cheaper, weaker version of the bow. The second reason is that it doesn't feel too overwhelming and complicated to pick up and use, in spite of its gameplay variety. And for that reason, I give this mod 10 out of 10 missed shots. And next up we have RC Toys by NanoRuler59, which adds a dyeable remote control car to Minecraft. To use the car, all we need to do is place it down on a block, and then right click it with a remote control item, and now we can control it using the WASD keys. We can also go into first person view by pressing V, and then go into third person view by pressing F5. And now we have a little red car we can easily drive around the map. So I enjoyed this mod not just because it's straightforward and fun, but also because it already has some pretty nice quality of life features, such as diable cars and first person view. And for that reason, not only do I give this mod 4 out of 4 Max Verstappens, I'm also going to say that I am looking forward to any potential future updates it may have. And next up we have Sticker Bomb by 0xF24 and Kes Sunshine. This mod adds stickers, but no bombs. Stickers are small textures that you can place in the world to add more life, decor, and character to your builds. You can also play games like tic-tac-toe with stickers. So to actually create a sticker, we have to use the sticker printer block. And all we have to do is insert red dye into the top slot, blank stickers into the bottom slot, enter the ID of the sticker we want to create. In this case, we are going to create the diamond sticker, which we can then freely place anywhere in the world, like so. So I really like this mod for 3 reasons. Firstly, it's an extremely creative and unique decoration mod. Secondly, it feels very straightforward to use. And thirdly, it's an easy way for players to add their own unique flavor to their world or multiplayer server. So for that reason, I give this mod 8 out of 8 purple mushroom stickers. And finally, we have Toil and Trouble by Cassian. Toil and Trouble is a cauldron brewing mod which gives players the ability to brew potions and other things using cauldrons. For example, we can make a potion of strength using a piece of nether wart and a piece of blaze powder on this cauldron. And there we go, our very own potion of strength. That's not the only thing we can make using a cauldron. We can take a honeycomb and place it inside a heated cauldron to melt it into honey. Also, unlike brewing stands, cauldron brewing is fully data driven, which I love, allowing it to be customized by modpack developers and mod developers alike. Let's try some of the data-driven recipes that Toybox has. We can place a cobblestone inside of a heated cauldron to melt it into lava. And then we can use a water bucket on the lava to make some obsidian. And there we go. So, I really like this mod for 2 reasons. Firstly, like I mentioned before, all the recipes being data driven is great for other modpack developers and modpack creators who want to use Toil and Trouble inside of their own projects. And it also adds additional functionality to the cauldron in a way that feels natural and easy for players to pick up. For that reason, I give this mod 5 out of 5 witches.
Also, special mention goes out to Occipital Metonymy. Hopefully I said that correctly. It's a mod made by Hama, Keyberries, Nulb, and Worldwide Pixel. So I didn't include this mod in my top 10 because it doesn't really feel like a Minecraft mod, but more so this crazy puzzle game that uses Minecraft as its primary game engine. I highly recommend jumping onto the Toybox server and checking it out. It's an absolute mind bender, trust me. And with that, our time together has come to an end. If you enjoyed the video,
then make sure to use the links in the description to check out ModFest Toybox and explore all of the amazing mods that we have on display. Thank you, and goodbye.